And now it's time to feed her a bunch of food again. Okay, so this is a cedar. So the big news is it's 4 in the morning. If all goes well, crossing my fingers, we'll get some Grand Champion wins with her. You guys want to see the consequences of my own actions?
We were young and we were free and running, never bothered about what could be coming. Every day we danced and life was smiling. We were young and drunk in love.
First, Violet. Over here. We're down finally to just 3 milkers. We've got River, Violet, and Twyla, which is what I wanted because the 2 black girlies, they're just not producing what I want them to do. So now they're fully dried up, and it should be a little bit easier to milk throughout the summer, especially since we're hitting 110 today. 111, I think. It wouldn't be a morning without listening to crickets scream. Why are you screaming? We have hay for you. Look, there's hay right here. Eat some of that. Luna's spilling it all for you.
Crickets.
I swear, that goat. So now's the time where we milk late at night because it's just way too hot. So we milk like at 10 o'clock at night, and then we milk in the morning about 7:30 or 8. So they're not gonna look as full in the mornings. Ideally, you wanna milk 12 hours apart, but in our situation, we can't do that. It's too hot. We have to kind of squish those milkings together a little bit. But we have everybody, at least the 3 milkers, on milk tests, and they're all doing really well. So they'll easily hit their stars for the year. River already got hers last year, but barely because she was a singleton. So I have her on milk test again this year to see how she produces. And she's doing a really good job, River is. And so is Violet. Everybody's doing great. But here's my plan, okay? So once I get through kidding season and get through everybody getting their kids weaned from them, then it's time for me to really focus on good feed throughout the summer and just keeping them in milk, because I want to make sure that their mammary systems are producing well. With Wednesday, she was cut short, and so was Daphne, but for the most part, I like to try to keep them in milk for as long as I possibly can. It is really challenging, though, to do it throughout the summer. It's just hot, and the last thing you want to do is come out and milk some goats, but it's one of the sacrifices you gotta make. But other than their nice local alfalfa hay that they get, they're on a good blend of minerals, and with fresh water, that's about it. I do supplement a little bit when I hoof trim. I give them a little bit of that Replimand gel. But other than that, these girls just power through in this heat and keep on milking. It is wild though how much they change from their first freshening to their second. I guarantee you, so Violet's a little bit like this, you know, her teats are going a little bit out. I guarantee you by her second freshening, they'll be more like this. And she'll just have this perfect udder. So next year, if all goes well, crossing my fingers, we'll get some Grand Champion wins with her at the show and a good linear appraisal score and all the fun things that show what a great goat she is. What a well-bred goat she is. I mean, every goat's a great goat, but... Scoot over. River just always knows that she needs to scoot over. So today is a really big day, so I'll tell you what it is in just a second. Other one, this one right here. She always does this. She thinks she doesn't have to be milked at the end. Oh, I don't think I gave her grain to begin with. Okay, well.
Is that your protest?
Yeah, no, she was being good during the first part. Okay, come over here. Okay, the exciting news of the day is that Twyla's kids are finally gonna be weaned today. So Twyla had a doeling and a buckling out of Pokey. 2 cute little gold babies, and I'm definitely gonna keep Bella. So I named her Wolf Tree, Is She Even Italian? As a nod to the Twilight movies, which I love. And so we're gonna raise her up. I'm gonna breed her in the fall, and then we'll see how she does next year. Now Twyla and Pokey's buckling, which is the only kid of the season that I didn't really name, he's actually leaving today. He's gonna go all the way to Indiana, and the new owner chose, I think, the cutest name of the year. His name is gonna be Wolf Tree, which is my herd name, Cactus Elio. So cute. So with him leaving, that means I don't want a singleton on Twyla here. So Bella is gonna go into the little nursery with all the other girls, and she's gonna start making friends with them and get just a bottle from us in the morning. Whoop. Twyla's a bit of a kicker there. Spray. But there's another really big, exciting thing that's happening today, and I'll tell you that as soon as we get feeding these babies bottles. Out here in the desert, summer doesn't just mean it's hot, it means your soul is trying to leave your body. I'm out here sweating through the chores, milking goats, taking care of babies, and wondering how the heck we're gonna survive this summer. And that's why I love Element. When it comes to replacing electrolytes, you gotta choose the best. Element is an electrolyte drink that's actually salty, in a good way. There's no sugar, no garbage ingredients, just what your body needs when you're sweating like a sinner in church. Element has the perfect balance of sodium, potassium, and magnesium to keep you hydrated without the sugar crash. My favorite, hands down, is their new flavor lemonade salt. It's perfect for everyday electrolyte replenishing, or if I want to fancy it up, I can make my own homemade Arnold Palmer. Element is a favorite of athletes, moms, dads, farmers, goat farmers, and anybody else who's just trying to survive this summer. So click the link below to check this out and be sure to stay hydrated this summer season. Everybody's in their outdoor pens today because it's too hot to keep them in the barn even overnight. We're still rocking the hybrid method where we give them their first bottle of the day, and then normally we let them back with mom. Are you okay? But today we stay in the nursery.
These two's personality, they're really chill.
They are. They have her personality where they're just like, they're really calm. I love that type.
Nice.
I actually think I'd change my mind for a bit. Let's let him be with Twyla just one last time.
Okay.
And then when they come to pick up Elio, then we'll go ahead and we'll put Bella back in here.
Okay.
So just let him be with mom one more time. Cause, oh, you just plop him on another goat?
Yeah.
All right. They're getting big.
I think mom is ready for
Yeah.
to not have pain every day.
I don't know. She'll miss him a little bit, but she'll still have Bella through the fence to chat with and hang out with.
Okay, these ones are not chill. They are the eating
They're the hungry little
machines.
monsters. Yeah. They are good little eaters. They sure are.
Yeah, which is probably good.
Yeah, over the years we've noticed that the hungry little monsters, we call them, are the does that end up producing more milk later on because they're eating a lot more. They demand to be fed.
They stick up for themselves at the eating trough there and eat a lot.
They don't let other goats bully them. So we like the eaters. We like the hungry monsters, even though they're really crazy in the mornings.
Yeah.
So the big news is we're gonna get a new baby goat today, a new late addition to the herd that I did not think was gonna happen. So my friend Jennifer from La Buena Vida Farm, she was with me at the Memorial Day show, and she had the prettiest little doeling that ended up winning reserve champion. And I told Jennifer, if she ever decided to sell her, come to me. And she did. There were actually 2 doelings there, and she was telling me at the time she might be willing to sell one of the sisters. So I thought, okay, well, it might happen this year or next year or whatever, I don't know. And she contacted me and I said yes, so we're gonna bring a new little doeling with new bloodlines that I'm really excited about, because her dam, so her mama, is an 8-year-old doe, and she won grand champion 3 times at the show, which is a huge achievement, especially over all of the younger does. Because a goat that's maybe like 4 to 5 years old is at their peak maturity, and they're tough to beat. They look the best. But this 8-year-old doe came in and beat everybody. That's pretty amazing. So she's got some really cool lineage that I'm excited about, and she's gold. So we've got a whole crew of gold. That is hilarious to me. We're gonna have even more gold babies next year. It's so funny to me how it turned out that way. Check out the air-conditioned doghouse that Kevin sleeps in.
I could, but these dogs, oh my gosh. This is the 3rd door I've put on here. And I found with Kevin Craft, you've got to use good stuff. So
Old rugs.
a welcome mat is the best dog door that they can't break. Right, dog? You can't break it.
Yeah, right.
We'll see. This is the 3rd door.
This is the 3rd iteration.
Rip those ones to shreds.
Here, open it. We want to see how. Whoa. Yeah, he even had to put a grate over the air conditioner so they don't chew on the knobs or chew on the air conditioner. But it's all insulated, and they come in here when it's really hot, and they get nice cool air conditioning during the day. Good job. Oof, you guys, it's hot, it's hot, it's hot. And I just realized that the plums are ready on the tree, so we're gonna pick them real quick. They're pretty small because I don't really pay a lot of attention to this plum tree.
Good.
A lot of them have also been eaten by birds. So we gotta pick the ones that are still there. And I think we can make something good out of them, these little tiny plums. Oh, these dang birds. When I originally planted this front yard orchard, like, I don't know, 10 years ago or more, probably longer than that, I planned it so that there would be always fruit in season throughout the year and nothing would really overwhelm us too much. And that's pretty much how it's been. Yeah, it starts in April with the mulberries, then we move to May with the peaches and the apricots, then in June the peaches overlap a little bit, and then we have plums, although the plum tree is not very big, so some things are really prolific, some things are not. See, this almond tree is doing really good this year, and I'm trying to remember if I saw the blossoms on it or not, because what's so hard is the little almond pods that they grow in. They are hard to spot, so I gotta keep a close eye on the almonds this year. Then later in the year we have grapes and figs. That's probably towards more summer, like August. And around that time we also get a second round of blackberries. I think that's enough though. That's not too bad for our little tree. Okay, we're back to baking again today. We're gonna try to use these plums to make some plum cobbler bars. Let's try it. Okay, this recipe is pretty cool, and the best thing is you can use basically any fruit for it. So we're making cobbler bars. It's basically a cobbler, but it's a bar. So you'll start with like a shortbread crust. So we've got our butter, our sugar, then we'll add a flour mixture with a little bit of baking powder and salt. And now we've got this dough, which we're going to press into the bottom of a 9x13 pan. Next up, we'll get to slicing these plums. They're really sweet, but plums, they have such a sour skin. Like, it is so, this is pretty tart. So I think it's gonna need a little bit of sugar when we put this mixture together. What I really liked about this recipe though is that you didn't have to cook down and create a whole jam layer. All we do is slice the plums, mix it up with a little bit of cornstarch and sugar, and once the crust is just barely baked, then we'll pour this on top and then add a little bit of crust crumbles to the top. And that's it, boom. Now you do have to let this cool for quite a while if you want to be able to cut them up into bars. But the whole family loved it, and it's a great way to use up any extra fruit harvest. All right, Ethan's gonna try the crumble bars.
Yeah.
Gonna see if are they too tart? Because our plums are pretty dang tart.
No, I think they're really good.
Are they?
Yeah.
You guys want to see the consequences of my own actions? About 4 years ago or so, I decided to add 2 things you're not supposed to add to a pond: umbrella palm and bulrushes. You know, at the time, I was really wanting to fill the pond with plants, okay? That's in my defense. That's what I was doing. And I figured that's okay if we didn't have hardly any plants. I thought that's okay if they grow too much, we'll just pull them out. But there's a reason people advise you not to do that, because the roots are insane. Look at that. There was a little group of bulrushes right here, just like that, just like that. And look how many roots I have gotten out of there. I've been digging down, pulling out all of these rocks in here and finding all of the roots that are all kind of hidden down below. I've got most of them out, but then there's a bunch over here. Oh, look at this, we still have some shrimp that are alive. Look at that. We're right there. There's one right there and a couple right next to it. So I know what you're thinking, why not just leave the roots here? Or why not just leave the plants there? But I don't want them to overtake the pond. I need to plant other plants here that are gonna be better, more beneficial, and help filter the pond better. And if I just deadhead them and leave all the roots here, as these decay, they're gonna contribute way too much phosphorus to the pond. So somebody's gotta pull them, and it's gotta be me. Thing is though, it's sort of fun. My family's been mad at me because every time we come out to swim, I've been getting obsessed with the roots. Do I look really cool right now?
See those birds? See, he's flirting. He's getting closer. Oh,
Where? I can't even see.
See him on the rail? He's getting closer. She's getting closer.
Scooting away.
He's like, hello. He's like, hello.
Nope, she scoots away.
Look at that. Look at that. So all summer, you're gonna see us cleaning out this pond. And hopefully by next summer, we'll have solved the issue. I'm actually surprised at all these shrimp in here. I'm finding more as I'm sifting through down here. I thought that the fish were gonna eat them all, but I guess they've been able to escape them. There's a lot more in the bog, that's for sure. So I have to show you guys how friendly these kitties are now. Look. She lets me pet her. She likes it. I'm so happy. Took forever to train these kitties to like us petting them. Doodle took a long time, but she's finally there. Huh. And they're doing a good job catching rats or whatever they do. We haven't seen one rat since we brought them here, since we released them, but I don't know if that's just a coincidence. So they're doing their job. They're sticking around, so I'm happy with that. So we'll see. It's been 6 months since we got them, so pretty good. Okay, it's 4 in the morning, and we're gonna get baby goat to the ground transport. Got all of his stuff, all of his paperwork. Sorry, we had to wake you up. Oh, he's so sweet. I really like him.
Yeah, he's really chill.
Your eyeball okay? Yeah, it's a little goop. Oh, I should have trimmed his little hooves, and I didn't. So the person I'm using to transport, her name's Bailey, and she's great. She does these trips a couple times a year. She travels all around the country. She publishes her map so that all of us goat breeders can transport and trade goats all around the US. It's a little more expensive than doing the air transport like the flight, so that's why I tend to do the flights, but it's too hot. So she's gonna take Elio all the way to Indiana, and then she's actually gonna drop off our new baby goat for us. Get used to everybody. Meet each other through the fence. So we'll show her more in the next video. For now though, we'll let her get settled in on the farm and get another little gold baby put in that pen.
All right.